The following podcast should not be misconstrued as legal advice in any way, shape, or form. You would have to be an absolute idiot to take our advice seriously. I mean, look at us. We're dumb. Nate still owns Enron stock. Joe sold him that Enron stock. We cannot stress enough. Do not take our advice. The listener does so at their own peril. All right, well, I'm Joe.
And I'm Nate.
And we are the premier criminal consultants in the Boston area, here to help you with your perfect crimes. Nate, today I'm so excited. We have one of my favorite people around Boston, one of the funniest comedians I know, and a man with an amazing voice. Give it up for Leke, everybody.
Leke. And all of that. That's right. And that's very true, dude. I know. So you just have the most beautiful radio voice, you know? I mean, it's just, it's fun. It's just so nice, you know?
Now I feel so much pressure when you think about it.
No.
Well, dude, all you got to do is use it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Just be yourself, man. You'll be fine.
I know, dude. It's not like you got laryngitis today or anything like that, right? So you're fine, dude. You're good. You're good, dude. You know, God. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, he had a very fun weekend. I don't know if you want to talk about it on the podcast. Yeah.
My parents aren't going to see this.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. Good. That's a good start. Yeah.
It was cool. My girlfriend and I went camping with the shrooms.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
So we try to do... she's a big outdoorsy. She's from Washington, so she's very outdoorsy.
Nice.
So we started a thing 2 years ago, just do a shrooms camping trip every summer.
It's very fun. Dude. It's very fun. They're a good time. They are a lot. Do you know what kind you got? If I may, not that I would know anything about that or anything like that, but I mean, if I was going to guess.
So the first two times were actual mushrooms, plants, and this time was the chocolate.
Okay, so you were just taking a wild guess at whatever somebody cooked into those bad boys.
It was a guy. He
It was a guy. This guy lives on top of a mountain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this man who wears a hood and carries a stick. Yeah.
Oh, he actually lives in my attic.
Nice,
a friend's boss, but he makes them to sell.
Oh, okay.
So they're dosed. They were dosed.
They're actually, dude, they're remarkably easy to grow. You can buy all the stuff to grow them online, and you can I mean, it's technically not illegal, and exactly. This is legal advice. Nothing here is legal advice. Don't forget that. But if I was going to say something about it, if I had a thought about the subject, I would say that the spores are actually not illegal, and the substrate is not illegal. It's only when you mix the two technically that it becomes illegal. So just some facts about the world. Just information. There you go.
That's what I had
advice from Nate.
None. There's no advice. No advice.
I had a college roommate that grew shrooms in the apartment.
Yeah.
And it was the most Breaking Bad because he gets sterilized.
That's where everything goes wrong too. I've known people who've tried to grow them, and as soon as they try to get them sterile, that's where things go wrong because you get the tiniest little bit of bacteria in it, and it'll ruin the entire crop.
Dude, it's not like I ever tried to grow up my house in New Orleans or anything like that, and never had problems.
Friends of mine have done this.
Exactly. Friends of mine had jars in their backyard that all of a sudden turned fucking black one day, and they got real sad about it, and they'd put in all this work and stuff, and they were real excited about what was to come. But
allegedly,
just remember, our parents do watch this podcast.
Well,
hey, Mom.
Nothing they don't know. Nothing they don't know. I'm more worried about the bar association, dude. Yeah. God, Jesus.
These fictional stories we tell are awesome.
I have questions about that.
Yeah, of course.
Every movie, TV shows, you're disbarred.
Disbarred. That's right.
It's and I thought it was only if you did lawyer-related bad things.
Oh, no. You can get disbarred for all kinds of stuff. You catch a couple DUIs, you hit your wife. That's a good one. That's an easy way to lose your license.
Law, right?
But I don't
that's what it is.
Because why? Because you're not a cop or a...
Thank you.
You can be a good lawyer and drink and drive.
Dude, most lawyers do drink and drive, especially if they're good at it.
I don't like when jobs get involved with your personal life. To me, it's that's not when I'm here. If I'm sober, that's your business.
Yeah, I will say they are pretty gay about it. No offense or whatever. I know you're not supposed to say it like that anymore or whatever. But I'm working on that. But I'm not there yet. I'm trying. My brother gay and everything. He tells me I'm supposed. He doesn't even tell me it's my girlfriend. Actually, she's always telling me I'm supposed to do better. But anyway. Aside from all that,
God damn it, Caroline.
I know, right? I know. Always getting after me for the way I talk, and I'm not like that. I mean, like jean shorts gay. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
There's a difference.
Anyway. The kids are saying straight now. Is the
God damn it! Look at that fellow. Look at that fellow with his backpack up real high. He must be straight. Well, yeah, dude. No, it's pretty stupid. They do love to get involved. Being part of a professional association is no fun at all. It's no fun at all. They're always looking at you and trying to figure out a way they can take that license away. So best thing you can do is try to get out of it by doing comedy for very little to no money at all. And then if you lose your license, it makes no difference. So but don't take mine, please. He
is a law-abiding citizen.
That's
everybody.
right. That's right, baby. That's right. God.
Just advise people on how to commit crimes.
Exactly. That's all I ever wanted to do when I went to law school. So,
Are you still practicing?
Not right now, technically, but I probably should be.
Do you have to do like a thing when you move states?
Yeah, I'd have to transfer my bar. And it's not easy. The state of Louisiana is a very difficult state to transfer your bar license from because laws are so different there. Yeah,
I feel like Louisiana lawyer in itself is like an oxymoron.
It is a very interesting.
You guys don't have lawyers.
No, we do. We have a lot of fellas wearing seersucker, who are like 2-bit getting caught up in fraud schemes with their clients, which you could call an attorney, I guess.
A lot of chickens wearing suits down there, being lawyers.
Exactly. Dude, but you're not. I mean, there is actually. I have seen many lawyers who've walked in, done that. May I please the court? But I'm sure you'd find that in Alabama. You get just more like that Cajun accent thing. But it's a weird place to be a lawyer. It's definitely a weird place to be a lawyer because especially when you're in criminal law, because you're so close to the crime. I mean, you could lick it and taste what it tastes. You know what I mean? You're so close to it, and they want you so bad to be corrupt and join in. They want you so bad to be able, they want you so bad to get into power. They want, the goal really as a criminal defense attorney in Louisiana for a lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people, you get a good couple clients. You get in with a good family who commits a shitload of crimes. Okay, you get with like 3 of these families. Okay, and they're committing good crime, in a neighborhood Gardere or Easy Town, somewhere fun.
This is just the plot of Ozark.
But you catch a couple of these bad boys like that, they go to jail. That's how you make your buck. But at the same time, too, a family member becomes a judge or something like that, so that you can figure out how you can become the middleman for that briefcase full of cash. Okay, and that's what a lot of people. There's a surprise, a shocking number of guys. I worked pretty deep in the public defender's office. I got a hold of some wild wiretaps, but there's a shocking number of people that make a good buck doing that.
Those Murdaws in South Carolina really had it figured out.
That was no surprise to me when that all came. I was like, dude, actually, this is so crazy. I can't believe this just happened. So when I started working as a prosecutor in Lafayette, 2 weeks before I started, okay, there was an election. There was a new DA came in, and he had brought on this guy who had previously been investigated for corruption and all this stuff. He ended up not getting charged. His wife, who worked for the prior DA, she was a secretary. She ended up basically eating the charges for him because she was going to get less time. She did 21 months in federal prison or 18 months, something like that. Okay, and this guy named Gary Haynes. All right, I'm not going to say that out loud because this is all on the news. My uncle just sent this to me. Oh, okay. So I'm working there. I'm about to start working there. One night, I'm at the public defender's office across the street. The FBI flies down the road, raids the DA's office. Okay, comes into the DA's office and takes all their shit. All right, so. They're apparently looking into Gary. All right. Well, now I'll leave the DA's office, and Gary was a sketch motherfucker. Okay, he was running this thing called pretrial diversion.
And he was the guy who ran.
He was the guy.
Attorney.
He was the head. He was I think one of the heads of city court, and he ran the pretrial diversion program. So
you give deals, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I know what that is, but for the people at home who don't
right. So right. Exactly. For anyone who doesn't know, not like Leke, who knows very well, pretrial diversion is a program usually where if you commit a minor crime, it's your first offense, you can do a series of classes, pay a fine and stuff, and they'll wipe it from your record completely. So it's a very beneficial program. A lot of places do it. He was running a corrupt program where first of all, the price, it was very sketchy because the price for pretrial was very high, but he was sending people to certain companies that were kicking back money to him. All right, and he just got charged and found guilty in federal court the other day. He's facing 65 years, dude. Wow. And that guy, they almost gave me his office. Okay, when the FBI came and picked him up, and I remember I said, I don't want anything to do with this motherfucking bugged ass office. I will be in the hallway. All right? No. Yeah, dude. Yeah. But isn't that crazy? Yeah.
And I bet that the Bar Association of Louisiana is trying to disbar this guy, get involved in his personal life. Take away.
Really getting involved in his personal life. I know.
God forbid a man has a side hustle.
I know. Just he wanted. I know. God forbid that guy was just born to get up in local corruption. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted to do. You know, and like poor fella. You know, he was trying as hard as he could, but you know, like whatever. You know, fucking fuck you, Gary. Fucking dick. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, speaking of criminals, Leke, you have a pretty interesting crime that you're looking for help committing today.
You have a very interesting crime.
That's what we call a segue, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell yeah, baby. That's how we do it.
Yeah, okay. So there are a lot of homeless people and a lot of empty houses and buildings.
Yes.
A lot of these empty buildings are empty not because it's like they can't get someone to fill them, but they just can't get it for the right price. Because I don't know if you guys know, like landlords, they're doing a lot of. They're in cahoots. There's a lot of artificial price setting. A lot of so it's like, all right, this is gonna stay empty, so the prices of the full ones can stay high.
Yeah,
I think I need a way. This is why I'm with you guys.
Yeah,
to create like a network or a service where you can enable homeless people to find and break into the nearest vacant apartments housing. So I'm talking like complexes that are owned by like BlackRock that are just empty. Yeah. Maybe like billionaire bachelor pads that are used like one day out of 365 years, sure. You know, like vacation homes, maybe just like office buildings that aren't necessary anymore because of, you know, COVID and all that stuff. We need to start getting people off the streets into these. And it's like, yeah, they're not going to give it to them because capitalism. Right. So, you know, that's where Robin-Hood steps in. And,
that's right. Yeah, Robin-Hood, notorious criminal, by the way.
I know.
Which, you know, just goes to show you how relative crime is sometimes.
It's true.
Who determines what's a crime?
Yeah. 400 years from now, they're going to make a Disney movie about Leke where he's played by some anthropomorphic beaver.
Exactly. We gotta exercise our squatters' rights.
Set to music.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that's actually, so I guess you have a very good, what would you say, moral cause? Is that what it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Yours isn't even
it was like, I don't know. Like, that's kind of the only thing I've been able to think about recently is like how much rich people are fucking everyone over.
No, they really are fucking us over.
And it's like, the one advantage we have is like there are more of us than there are of them.
Yeah.
But it's so easy for them to like just divide. It's
divide and conquer.
It's like airplane seats.
Yeah.
Wild example. They're getting smaller.
They are.
They're aggressively.
You're a tall man. I'm sure you've noticed this.
I know when an inch of legroom.
Yeah, dude, you're taller. You're the first fella to come in here and actually move that mic stand up, dude. You're tall. I mean, I'm like 6'3", dude. You tall fella, don't you?
I know which JetBlue has the most legroom. Like that's how.
Yeah, I get my dad's a 6'7" man. Like he knows. Yeah,
goddamn.
Yeah, I know. Just stop it. I'm 5'11" and 3/4, and I know that, and it's fine.
Hey, it's in your blood. You can make a son like that, dude. You can make a son, a beautiful tall son.
Some tall Amazon woman. Where's Gal Gadot? I don't know.
But the airplane seats are getting smaller, and natural human reaction should be, "Hey guys, these seats are getting smaller." Right?
Yeah.
Who are the first people to point that out? Maybe the people need a little bit more width in their airplane seats. What do? They go, "Hey, those fat motherfuckers are trying to raise your ticket prices." Everyone yell at them to stop complaining.
It's so
and then it's like, buy 2 seats, you fat mother. And it's like, no, this affects all of it. But all they have to do is just find one thing to divide us by and be like, you guys fight and we'll make money off of it.
Well, you know, it's crazy because, you know, the bulky gym bros are just as affected by that. They got these broad shoulders. You know,
these poor fellas, the SpongeBob boys, dude. The SpongeBob
Those Dorito chips, they're not gonna fit.
Dude, you know, I do like the idea of like looking, like, thinking about you on a JetBlue fucking flight, you know, sitting in coach while some person is yelling at a large human being and is like, buy 2 fucking seats. You should have done this. And you're like, hey, come on. This affects everybody out here, all right? This is the airline's fault. You know, let's all band together and fight JetBlue. You know, I love it, dude.
The labor movement has to start somewhere, you know. It could be like
I love that. I love that.
It only, you know.
This affects all of us.
We're
There's
all
power
in
in
together.
numbers. We just need to. This is why we're here.
I know exactly.
It's true. It is true.
You know, commit some righteous crimes. You know?
I know. Rarely do it. That's not a bad thing. You know, sometimes we need to do that to, like, you know. I guess raise that. Usually we're just helping people, like, you know. A lot of people want to kidnap or hurt politicians. I've noticed. You know,
there's a lot of anger.
There is. anger is building. You know?
It's true.
Thank God there are no historical examples of this leading to something terrible. So
I know, right? God, I know. It's thank God nothing fucking recent has happened that would be totally insane. Even close enough to when this comes out. Say good God.
Yeah, let's hope not.
Right? Yeah, no, God, Jesus.
A month from now, everything seems very quaint.
I know, God, dude, I know, Jesus. But well, I do. I gotta say, I have, at least before we ask a couple more questions related to you for this particular crime, I do want to ask: do you have a care for the homeless? Are you dedicated to this cause, or you just want to get back at? You just want to house unempty houses? Is it for the houses, or is it for the you're not supposed to say bums no more, so you're just homeless.
I think it's a combination of anger for the ruling class, which is like the 1%, not like people who have good jobs, but like the 1%, like the 0.1%.
Sure.
Combined with like obviously like empathy for the. I think the thing like I grew up in Nigeria. I lived there until I was like 16.
Shout out for Nigeria.
Excellent. I know, and it's the hardest thing to do for me to not bring that up before you do. I got to tell you, I was just itching, dude. Oh my God! Thank God you finally said it. Awesome.
I think one difference that I've noticed is that like, when you grow up in like a lower economically developed country, even if you're well off, you can't avoid seeing the poverty. But in America, like you can live a full life without like seeing the poverty.
Well, I think this is actually interesting because Nate and I come from I was gonna say my mom was the youngest of 13, and they grew up in like a trailer with like 4 rooms in the entire thing.
13.
She's the only one that went to college, only one of 5 that graduated from high school. And like some of them did not make it out of poverty. She did. She met my dad, things like that, and like that's great. But, like,
and that's a common Southern story too, and like that's where like so like we were my mom, my grandma was more like that. My mom was more like they grew up more like lower middle class, but in Baton Rouge and in Louisiana, like. In general, like you can live in the nicest part of town and you will still be exposed to that. It's kind of like that, like no, you can't avoid it. You cannot avoid it, So you can be in the worst part of town, you can be in the best part of town,
It's true.
You will see it, So
And I think there's like a reaction that a lot of people have, maybe who aren't used to seeing that, where there's this anger that comes out when they see homeless people that is like guilt, right? Like it's like I feel bad that you live this way, and I'm angry. So there are 2 ways to like process that, which is like really let yourself feel bad and be like, yeah, the world isn't fair, or like they did something to end up here, and I shouldn't want to have to see them, and I think that's a lot of people take that secondary one without realizing. I feel like there's a feeling that you get whenever you walk by someone.
I guess for most
it's
people,
uncomfortable. And that's it's hard, because you want to do something for them, but like you're saying, you can't immediately like fix the situation, and
Y'all are better than me. I'm mostly worried about how late I am for that fucking open mic I'm on my way to. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, it's not like I'm not gonna act like I'm the most charitable. I'm not, because I think it's crazy because in Nigeria it's so like common or whatever that like my parents kind of taught us how to like not. This sounds so horrible. Like not make eye contact.
No, that's
because it's like if you stop and it's like
that's right.
Then you have to filter out who like who's like genuine and who's like, and that was like a whole thing of like
that's a big dude. That's a big part of it too. Is like I've been like approached by enough where I was like, motherfucking gonna try to steal the damn shoes off my fucking feet if I don't get out of here, goddamn. You know what I mean? So you gotta be like so like that's I guess that's my problem is like anytime somebody approaches me, I'm like, no, dude, I know whatever stunt you're pulling, dog, I'm on to it,
And that's not just about like Fox News propaganda.
Right, exactly. No,
spout away.
Not to be like.
I know, dude. I do my best
not to be like homeless people are scammers, but
I know, dude. I swear, I voted for Obama, dude. I swear. You know what I mean?
Wait. Like it's from Nigeria. Did you?
I know. That is true.
Are they right?
That is true.
Dude, I remember when. Like we were watching Obama get elected in Nigeria.
Oh yeah,
it was like I bet
that's a pretty big deal.
That was fucking huge.
Can I ask your thoughts on Africa Corps? Do you know Africa Corps?
No.
You don't know Africa Corps?
What's Africa
Dude,
Corps?
I am so deep in Africa Corps. It's like all of my Instagram reels are just like the dopest things that happen like in African politics. Why are you gay? Like I mean that's dude.
This is so funny to me because I was like, it's either going to be like a Peace Corps thing that's done in Africa,
no.
or it's going to be some sort of weird cultural thing on TikTok.
If we we see a man introducing a man to another man.
Keep doing the voices.
Well, dude, it's not racist if you just do a little tiny bit like that. I'm very sorry if it is.
Specific quote. Not racist.
That's right.
That's actually really good.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that.
I think I just like anytime I see like Americans use like Africa as a catch-all, I kind of check out, because when you like anyone who's from an African country feels so like different from any other African country.
Yeah, I would imagine.
To be like grouped in, it's like, all right, I don't need to look
right. Well, exactly. Like everywhere's so fucking different, dude. Yeah, it's very, very different. I mean, the whole dude, like from literally from top to bottom, there's everybody is tan up top, white at the bottom, black in between. It's totally wild. You know, I mean, there's whole
like 200 languages in Nigeria.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's all kinds of. Do you speak? We speak Igbo.
I'm Yoruba. I don't speak it very well. My parents speak it better, but so this is semi cool. Yoruba is like a tonal language. I think Mandarin is.
Mandarin is
where you can say the same word but with different tones.
Yeah, there's 4 tones.
And I don't get the tones right. So I just respond in English because my dad is like, oh, you sound like you're speaking Igbo when you speak Yoruba, which to a Yoruba person is like a huge insult.
Wow.
So they speak when they speak obviously like. Both very like fluently, so if they speak to me in Yoruba, like I'll respond in English.
Okay,
but I only speak Yoruba when I'm like on the phone and trying to say something covertly.
Okay. Trying to say something quiet. Okay, nice, dude.
So what brought you over here from Nigeria? I don't know that I've ever asked you that.
It's not even interesting. It's just I was technically so. I'll say this. I am technically kind of an anchor baby. My parents don't live here.
Oh, okay.
But I do.
Thank God, I was like, don't admit to anything, dude. For the love of God, as you're not attorney, don't say shit. Okay.
So my parents don't live here, so it's not technically an anchor baby, but they did have me here so that I would be an American citizen.
Okay, hey,
smart. A lot of thinking ahead.
Yeah, a lot of Russian oligarchs do that too. So shout out to Leke's parents for thinking ahead.
That's smart. My father had me. Well, he married my mother first, but he also, then he had his 2 boys here too. So it's a smart.
Where are they from?
My father's from Belgium.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, exactly. I know, not so well liked in the middle part of Africa, but from exactly. But that was the king.
Did you guys do something wrong there?
It was all the king, dude. Leopold II.
Giving them a hand.
No good, dude.
I've seen some infographics about Leopold.
Yes,
he put numbers on the board.
Yes, not a good guy. Not a good. Really liked rubber.
How are you guys going to get rubber? By being nice to people?
He might have the most numbers on the board.
He's up there.
He's up top. He's up top. Luckily, it was his own private territory and didn't belong to the country, and we made him sell it. So, you know what I'm saying? Thank God for that. You know, it's a wonderful place. Amen, baby. That's right.
Yeah. That was an interesting time in African history.
There is a lot. There's that, too, of like...
Yeah.
Like colonization.
Because all the borders are like defined by like Europe, right?
So it's like
a big problem.
All right, we'll just take these 2 people that hate each other the most, and you guys are a country now. All right, bye.
Peace out.
And then it's 50 years later. It's like, why aren't they doing so well?
There was a law, which I studied that in undergraduate school, and a lot of that it's fucked up. But a lot of that was because they were getting kicked out for colonization. It was like their last fuck you was to be like, all right, well then, you 2 tribes, you hate each other, so we're gonna make your borders right around you two, like a little boxing ring. I didn't know they did it
on purpose.
I
thought they were
just
stupid.
I thought it was just like
no, that was a lot of those countries.
A
lot of those countries that get, France, England, Belgium, unfortunately, but a lot of those countries that on their way out, they really they really said fuck you in a very, very horrible way, man. Yeah, so
wow.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. That is pretty crazy.
I know, pretty smart for an idiot, right?
Nate with a history lesson.
That's right, dude. I know some
Weird
stuff.
day.
I don't know anything about today, but I know stuff about yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But speaking about today, this crime. Let's okay, so we were talking about motivations a little bit.
Yeah.
We like to do a little consulting questionnaire with our clients and make sure that we're all on the same page. I used to do Habitat for Humanity. I like this. Building. I like more taking the homes for the homeless. I gotta tell you,
it's such a net positive, taking from and giving to.
Yeah. So there was no you have no particular it's just you think that these people deserve homes and the rich people have them and we should meet that.
Is there any that you're trying to cut out, like crackhead or anything like that? Or you want to put them all in? You want to just put anybody in any house?
So I think the details are.
Wait, hold on, Nate. We couldn't say bum.
I'm not totally sure if that's allowed or whatever you say, like like narcotically challenged or somebody,
I mean, you could argue that being a bum is not a choice, but being a crackhead.
That's what I'm saying. It's like so because a lot of times you run into kind of this dichotomy where you get a fellow who's homeless. Homeless, as they say, but who unfortunately also is narcotically challenged. So what happens when you get this? You also you just put them in a less nice house.
Are we
and that's a great question. I honestly didn't think about.
Are we fans of season 3 of The Wire?
Yes, big fans.
Are we fans of The Wire?
Yeah, putting them bodies up in the vacant stall, all that stuff. That's season 5. It's a great season.
Let's focus. Season 3 is relevant because they take the vacant homes that they have there and they seal off like a 4-block radius, call it Hamsterdam.
Oh, yes, that's another thing.
Where they let drug activity go on in this 4-block radius, and then that gives them access to the homeless population. And they're able to get drug researchers in there, academics. Which,
it's a pretty cool theory.
They're going to jail soon anyway, but maybe they can do some research for us.
So what does the detox process look like?
Well, here's the thing is like in this particular instance, season 3 of The Wire, spoiler alert, they shut down Amsterdam ahead of time for the political implications of allowing legal drug use to go on. Even though they are seeing results. They're seeing more outreach programs.
Bunny was a great cop. Bunny was a great cop.
Bunny Colvin, great cop.
It doesn't matter how beneficial a social program is if you can make it sound bad on Fox News,
which you can do with just about anything.
So you can never do anything to help people because it's like they're taking your money and giving it to crackheads, and it's like, all right, well that's cooked. Because half the country
believe me, as someone who's very, very susceptible to fascist propaganda, dude, I will tell you, dude, it's very confusing.
And what was the one that got you?
Oh, dude, all kinds of stuff catches me all the time, dude. Things catch me, and I have to call my brother and go, "Wait, did this happen?" And he goes, "No, don't worry, that's just fascist propaganda." I go, God damn it, got me again, dude.
Do you remember all the transgender stuff they had on like football games, like the lead up to the election? Like you'd be watching an NFL game and they'd have these like minute-long advertisements about how like transgender people are going to ruin America.
I never fell for that. I was like, that's kind of crazy, dude. There's not that many of them. I mean, it's like, that's crazy. They can't do. You know what I mean?
Like, no, but like they looked into it, and these reached like serious. There's a reason like more black people voted for Trump than you would expect. It was because like
and the Hispanic vote too. The same deal. Yeah, it was kind of because
it's crazy. Yeah, like and like like they reach minorities. They reach like people who you would not expect to be voting for a guy saying like I'm going to deport everybody who's Hispanic. They got Hispanic people that
who get caught up in that. No, all that stuff. They got a lot of people get mixed up in no, that's gay.
It was crazy.
It's like the fat people on the airplane.
Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same thing.
That affects all of us.
The same sort of fascist propaganda. Fat people on airplanes and transgender people. Like don't fall for it, people.
It's true.
It's just Fox News. It's just Fox News.
I know exactly. It's not real. It's just it's a bunch of liars who have to have a whole TV station. It's crazy. Yeah.
Okay, so back to the crime though.
Back to the crime.
I haven't chewed on what to do with the drug impaired or drug challenged.
Narcotically challenged.
Thank you. Narcotically challenged.
Yes.
I think we have to have like they gotta have roommates.
They gotta have roommates.
Of all, I think
like a halfway house.
And I don't know. The thing I'm trying to figure out is if their roommates should be sober or also narcotically challenged.
I think for the safety of everyone, they should be narcotically challenged.
So you just kind of but then.
Seems to me like we're creating a dangerous situation there.
But dude, okay, like I mean, I'm just saying, if I like, and I'm thinking of it from like a crack-headed perspective. Okay, let's say I'm
narcotically challenged perspective.
Pardon me, narcotically challenged.
To take a second to get into the narcotically challenged mindset.
So I'm just sitting here thinking, all right. So I just woke up this morning at like whatever it is, like I guess it'd be more like this afternoon, 2 p.m. All right, my hair's all over the place. I'm itching already because like I only woke up from just getting off that bender 2 hours ago and I need some more crack. You know what I'm saying? Do I want to walk out of my room that has no mattress that I've been sleeping on the floor in, to this house where I got this roommate who's going to be like, you shouldn't be doing that, dude. That's not good for you. Or do I want to walk out and be able to say, anybody got some? And maybe like one of them's real generous and be like, I got a little bit here. Or maybe they got the same problem. Y'all can go to the same drug dealer.
And what I'm hearing is
going
that
halves.
They deserve community as well.
That's
so actually I'm doubling down.
Yeah.
The solution for the narcotically challenged is some community,
there you go.
No, I think that's important.
Type situation.
Yeah, dude, I'm not saying giving them firearms or nothing like that.
It wasn't just Robin Hood. It was Robin Hood and his merry men, right?
Yeah,
like you need a Little John and I don't know.
And
squirrel.
The bear, the squirrel, the raccoon.
If you're gonna do crack, do it with friends.
Yeah, or animals.
That's true. Yeah.
Or fun woodland creatures.
And it is true that oftentimes I notice that those fellas do come running out of the woods, dude. So they might have been doing that with animals, dude. Yeah, they might have had too much fun with them or looked at them too hard.
And animals can't dial 911.
Dude, are you kidding me?
No opposable.
No, dude. I mean, that bear might, eat your legs off before you can scream, but, he's not gonna call the police.
What we're trying with the crime, we're trying to like find a way to make a network of people. These should be the merry. I mean, it doesn't have to be merry men, and women are welcome. The merry people, the
merry folk,
the merry band.
There you go.
Yeah, sure. And so like that can be part of the thing is like, you're doing some training. You're going to be like, maybe there's like, you get the green cap and everything.
Yeah.
Like feather, Yeah. And then like,
it's like a mentorship program of, Robin-Hood.
So you get them together. They're like, you're learning about how to take care of their homes together. And then you're also doing like maybe some physical training. People are getting the endorphins up in natural ways. They're realizing, hey, maybe I don't need drugs all the time. So you're not getting 100% conversion rate, but I got to imagine that'd be good for some people.
Better than what we have now. It's better than, let's take a street sweeper and just like push them until they get to the part of the city.
I have seen that.
The rich people don't see them. So,
it is pretty wild. That is true. But and it's not a bad idea too to be able to, if you're going to kind of be like the king of this army, if you're going to be the general, if you will, you should have control of your troops. So I would actually recommend that you might maybe even start. How much money you got? You think?
Not enough.
Okay, well, I would suggest that you buy a really large amount of crack cocaine, and we purchase some baking soda, and we get into like the crack making game. We get you some regular cocaine.
We need to fund
powder.
So if we're doing crimes for the greater good, then it's fine.
I think it's I don't even think you need to sell the crack. I think you need to take the crack and use it to give to your army when they need it. I mean, this is how,
to fuel them?
The Romans created an entire empire based on bread and games, friend. This could be your bread. Your
He's not trying to be some Roman emperor.
Well, you can control all of the home. You can control all of the vacant homes in the world.
This is kind of transitioning into becoming like an overlord.
This is like some.
But that's where my mind.
Unhoused army.
Yeah, turning the unhoused
Y'all
into
were
my
sitting there
own
talking about. You said
army.
green hat. My first thought was like, yes, kind of to the side and a cigar. That
You
would be good.
are vulnerable to fascist propaganda.
He brought us with him. We started to slip into it, and I didn't even notice.
Dude, I'm half Belgian, dude. I told you, dude. I'm very, very susceptible to fall into these sort of things.
A drug-fueled army, you say?
I know. It's like, my God. It's like, my God. Yeah, like that guy who's no good, dude. And we don't like him one bit. That fella from Germany? No good at all. Not fun. I'm not talking about the
I thought David Hasselhoff was okay, but it's fine.
It's true. He's a beloved singer over there, I think, which is crazy because he's also an alcoholic. So,
Hasselhoff sings?
Yeah, probably. He does a lot of things.
So did Steven Seagal.
Multi-talented.
Steven Seagal sang a whole album in like a patois accent, dude. I won't even do
Jamaican
anything.
Patois?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. It was crazy.
You don't remember any? You don't have any of it?
Oh, I know some of it's just I can't remember like I won't do the accent because I don't remember the words exactly, and I would only do it if I could get it right because otherwise it's racist. But he says stuff about like me want to like fuck the lady and stuff. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty wild. And he says like bomba clot and all that. I mean, it's pretty cool.
So,
a modern day Chet Hanks, if you
will. Yeah, exactly. Like a 1990s, early 1990s, like White Boy Summer kind of thing, and then he breaks out into it. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I don't know. Like Chet Hanks keeps trying. I can't hate the man. Like there's some people that it's like. You're supposed to hate them, but they're just so likable.
He's a fun guy.
It's just like you watch him with the Jamaican accent. The lineup is always so clean. The fade is fresh. It's like
he should know that you said that. He should know that you said that. He would be very glad to hear that you said that, friend. Yeah. I'm sure. Not if you mean you said that, he'd be like, whatever, dude. That's cool. But like the fact that you're saying that,
it's like I'm supposed to hate him, but I just can't. I just can't.
Well, endorsed by Nigeria, dude. Doesn't say exactly. Yeah, no.
Endorsed by all of Africa.
First of all, we just went over that. It's not the same, dude.
Okay, but I was thinking about this because I'm going to push back on the drug-fueled army.
Yeah, me too, I think. I think
I'm going to suggest that we go with the merry band and just embrace the Robin Hood philosophy where we fund this by stealing from the rich to give to the poor, Like, I mean, if we're getting into these houses,
it's true.
These abandoned houses, we're going to be finding art,
Fabergé eggs,
like probably things like Fabergé eggs, absolutely.
Some rich people might
jewelry, have. So I think there should be there's a clear way to fund this, and we got to start small. You got to build our, network. So you got to recruit like 2 friends, and then they'll recruit 2 friends, kind of thing. But like,
that's not a bad idea.
And I think if we targeted the youth, hear me out.
Sure.
After school program for high schoolers.
Yeah.
Young Robin Hoods.
There you go.
Sure. The young gang now.
The young Robin Hoodlums. Yeah, exactly, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
What is a gang if not just a fraternity that's not registered?
It is true.
It's actually a pretty good point.
It is true, dude. They call those guys 99%ers in biker world. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're like, we're just friends. Yeah.
And they can, they have smaller limbs, sneak into houses.
Children are good for crimes. That's a good point. Like
steal things.
Yeah,
channel that into the fund for the homeless. Unlock the door on the other side, let the homeless people in.
They're also always like motivated with causes and stuff like that. Yeah,
they need to put it somewhere. It's like
I campaigned for Obama when I was 18, and now I'm just like, I can't get off the couch for this. Like, I mean, I hope fascism doesn't happen. I don't know, whatever.
But it normally goes into like shoplifting.
Yeah.
Or,
but do you really want to get caught up in the child army situation like General Butt Naked from Liberia, friend? I mean, I say, do you really want to get caught up in that?
I think child army I'm more okay with. I think it's child army. I think because if you because I wouldn't do homeless army. That's a little fucked up.
Yeah,
but child army. I think you could. What's the word? You could make it more official. Like you could.
I completely disagree.
You could legitimize. You could legitimize a child army with some kind of after school program. What McDonald's does it? Why is the working age? Like the working age is crazy. It's like what 15. 14?
Yeah, so it depends on the state. In Texas, it's like 7.
It's ridiculously young. So I think if they can do it, we should be able to. So some kind of after school program, channel their energy into this. I don't see
your army of children stands nothing against my drug-fueled, listless hobos.
And that is a good point. It's a solid point.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Now,
but fellas, society is going to collapse, and there's going to be room enough for you to both have your individual armies.
It is true. Well, the big thing that I would say is that there's no reason to not utilize both. If you're going to be putting the homeless into these homes, obviously it's sort of like pay your dues, kind of like a draft. You know what I mean?
Maybe graduate into becoming
50 years from now. They're going to be like, who drew this boundary?
But then your child soldiers then move to carry on your movement.
Yes,
So and I do like that starting young. That fellow who was no good in Germany, he did that too. And I think if probably if all that stuff wouldn't have happened where he lost that big war and all that stuff, which is a good thing, those little boys and little girls probably would have made a pretty mean part of his very scary regime, if you know what I'm saying.
That could have gone on for a while.
Exactly.
But so we indoctrinate
for a while.
We indoctrinate these children with maybe just a little bit of socialist. Tell them about the fat people on the airplane.
Yeah, we make like a liberal Fox News.
Yes, exactly. Show them who the real enemies are. The 0.01%.
Turns out it's easy to lie to kids using the internet these days.
It is very simple. Yeah, exactly. Children and adults, dude. Yeah,
and it's like, it's not stealing. They're not using it anyway.
Make them watch Robin-Hood like a couple of times.
17th house. He's not gonna use it until next summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not stealing. He's not even using it, dude. I have actually represented a lot of fellas who came in saying that kind of thing, which is, I guess it would work better if you were trying to get up in a vacant, versus trying to cut the carburetor off a car at a red light. You know what I'm saying? But so that's not a bad.
Oh, he wasn't actively using the carburetor.
No. He was on. There was this fellow that would get on a skateboard and at a red light, and he would get under a car, cut the carburetor off, or cut the catalytic converter off, and he would go melt it down and go sell it like that.
And he was like, the car stopped.
And that guy was an innovative, narcotically challenged man who might not have had a home. He probably didn't have a house, dude. So, I mean, that's exactly. These are the people that might be working for you one day.
I mean, and then it depends. I feel like we've gotten away from the housing the homeless bit of things, and it seems like you're like not as motivated by that as I thought.
Maybe I just want
the
to
power
start
sounds
a class war.
Yeah. Oh, that's like we're really getting to the heart of matters now.
Yeah, I think when post. Yeah. If we can say this, Luigi. I
think so.
I was like,
say it on stage all the time. Let's hope so.
I think my head was up, and I was like, all right. Who else is going to be looking around, getting ready? Are we ripe for revolution, as Gary Goldman says. And
it is true that I did watch you pop that periscope up on your shoulder.
I did. I really did look up and was like, are we
I know, dude.
Is it going down? Like I was like, are we doing this?
And for the people at home who are listening, he was about eye level with the moon when he did that. Okay, so yeah.
But it didn't, didn't seem like, again, they were just able to
that Charlie Kirk one, I thought they were actually like, I was like, are red state dudes going to invade Boston after that shit?
They were
pretty scary stuff.
Talking about it.
And this is nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I've kind of developed this. This is a perfect place to share it with you guys.
Yeah, sure.
This like unhealthy obsession.
Yeah.
With checking the conservative subreddit on
Yeah.
Reddit. You guys do this?
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm just
I don't know how Reddit works real good.
Because sometimes I'll just be like, I'll see a news story and I'm like,
yeah,
how are they justifying this over there on that side? Like, I want to know how they're framing this, and it drives. Don't do it. Don't.
No, it's bad.
It drives you. It'll drive you insane.
It is a lot of Russian bots on the conservative subreddit too. That's like
That's no
documented
good stuff. I'm a big Cold War guy.
Yeah.
Even before all that stuff with the Ukraine, I was like, no, what are you talking about here? Do y'all not remember the wall? Come on, dude.
Let's just get in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's just
Exactly. We can solve a lot by doing what they did to them.
Sorry, I keep deviating. So
no. It's a free flowing conversation
That's
about
right, baby.
apparently now your child army that you're going to use to just, like,
I know, that
start
was a-
class
like a
war.
very,
You
very.
know, I'm good with this pivot.
Yeah. Also-
Robin-Hood-Child-Army.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know,
Yeah, put me down for one of those.
there's a lot of good history behind this. The Pope led a child's crusade in the 1400s.
That's, and if the Pope's done it, then I mean, if that doesn't give you the go ahead, I don't know what does. For him.
We can even keep it to high schoolers if we're trying to be, what is that, 13 to 17?
14, 15 to 18.
Well, yeah, those guys aren't doing it. They're just jerking off.
Exactly. We're all hopped up on testosterone and
Those guys are not
hormones.
doing
They don't have a
anything productive
future.
after school. What?
It is
14
true.
to 18?
Yeah,
They're not
Mostly
thinking about
vandalism or
anything.
drugs. Yeah, if I know anything.
If you're 14, your job is just gone to AI.
They would
at this
love
point.
to break into Elon Musk's house. Are you kidding?
Actually, they'd probably think it's funny.
Yeah, dude, they'd probably go in there and fucking like beat off to his TV or something, dude. They're crazy.
Hey,
They all
something
love
for
that
them,
guy.
Something for us,
We have strayed so far from the honorable intentions that started this podcast.
I know the honor.
No, we'll get the worst teenage boys.
the worst boys. The worst boys.
Give them spray paint and burn the places down.
And go in there and beat off.
You've really like embraced the Joker side of things. That's like what I'm really
Yeah,
seeing.
you said
It's
you
like-
really took that very very controversial take of child army so quick. Like you just hopped on that, dude. I really
Because
liked it.
like why can't I have a child army, right? Because if you can like if companies can like they like like
Did you, yeah, I will. You keep it up.
okay.
You're gonna have to go into more depth
Okay,
about
how
why.
about this? I'll go into a little more depth. Why are the Girl Scouts not considered a child army?
I mean,
it's like, do you know how much money they're making from those cookies?
It's
It is
so funny
true.
you say
It's
this.
an-
My dad didn't let me do Boy Scouts because he's like, it's a paramilitary organization.
like they're using
Yeah, I mean, I get
all
it.
of those
I get it, you know?
resources to sell cookies to make billions for this. I don't even know what the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts.
I'm not
of
sure
America.
what they do with that, or what they
where
do.
does that
Sell
money go?
cookies, Boy Scouts sell their bodies to the.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I say to camp counselors, I think, or something like that.
Like
It's
I
pretty
didn't
awful.
realize
Yeah.
how deep. Like we obviously I had Boy Scouts in Nigeria. I didn't do it, but we had it. I didn't realize how.
I don't know if obviously I would say Boy Scouts would be in Nigeria. That's like good to
I know.
know.
I know. It's very. In Belgium, they call it le scout. Le scout. Yeah, le scout.
cute.
Yeah, the sketches. Yeah. So it's very interesting that you also have scouts in Nigeria.
Yeah, but I didn't realize how
Because it's a
deep
paramilitary
I know. I was
organization.
gonna say. I was like, is this where
Oh
you're?
yeah, it's
That's
a
right.
feeder.
Yeah.
It's a feeder program
It
for the
is.
military,
Yeah.
and this is just a feeder program for socialists.
No, dude, you
Yeah.
keep talking about all your will and desire and your experience building a child army, dude. You're gonna end up on Africa Corps, dude. It's gonna be pretty sick, dude. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be looking up. It's gonna be Leke from my podcast. It's gonna be
Let's run
sick.
it.
Hell yeah,
We're
dude.
going to be on Fox News. They're going to be like, look at this man trying to start a child.
Yeah, exactly.
All I can say is worse things are happening to children already.
It's true.
No,
a lot of
maybe-
bad stuff. A lot of bad
I mean,
stuff.
Maybe I'm
child
gonna-
army's up there.
Okay, but army, like in air quotes, I'm
Okay.
saying resource, food.
Yeah.
Are you giving them guns and
Lodging.
cigarettes?
Yeah,
and stuff?
No,
this is like how armed. of
No,
an
I'm
army-
giving them
Yeah,
like lock picks. You
Okay.
know, teaching them how to pick a lock.
So
you
this
know?
is more like a Dickensian group of child thieves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
Stanley Kubrick of you. Yeah,
Street
Clockwork,
urchins.
whatever. Yeah,
Maybe
Clockwork Orange.
Street
Yeah.
urchins still fine. I think
Maybe
that's fine.
shoes that, like, when they tiptoe, make the cartoon noise. They
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
you know, just all thief paraphernalia.
Hey, you want some fellas wearing stripes and stuff.
Yes, exactly.
You want,
with the
stripes,
mask.
masks.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
a cartoonish sack. Sound effects, things like that.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay, so we're backing down from Revolutionary Child Army to New Sense Gang of Thieves.
Exactly. That's kind of the middle ground I'm going for.
Oh, you want to be like the guy in the back room who like they drop off the treasure and you're like chewing on a toothpick. You're where's the rest?
Yeah. You know? Here's a good job, kid. Here's a nickel. Get out there and get me some more.
It's you're almost a villain, but not quite.
And that's what I'm saying is like where the hat shouldn't have a feather in it and shouldn't be pointy, but should rather be round and you should have a cigar. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could get, and if you grew your mustache out, you could really get to looking like one of the just most prolific dictators of all time, Saddam Hussein. You could look just like him, dude. And with a child army, you wouldn't be that far off from Saddam Hussein.
I liked Robin Hood a lot more than.
Well, I mean, it's your choice. I'm just giving you options. I'm just the consultant friend.
Like dishing out like good advice to the boys, and like helping them learn how to become
and girls.
Well, let's see. This is
everyone.
Yeah, so I'm stuck in the Dickensian thing. There'd be like one girl disguised as a boy in that novel. Anyway,
you could get like a goth girl or something like that, like one that's rural bad at school or something. You get a couple of them.
We can play to their strengths.
Absolutely. Lost Boys, Peter Pan, or if you've seen the movie Hook.
Yes.
With Rufio. Have you not seen Hook? Did they
with
not have
Robin Williams.
The Boy Scouts in Nigeria, but not Robin.
Not Robin Hood. Goddamn, not Robin Williams.
I've seen the animalized Robin Hood.
Yes, the Disney one. That's good. That reference is classic.
I thought you said the ant. I was like, that doesn't have Robin Williams. It got Rob Schneider, dude. The animal. That's Rob Schneider. Damn it. Two totally different fellas.
American classic.
It is a
Rob Schneider.
Great movie, The Animal. But anyway, yeah. So well, I do like you got. At least you had good motivations. I'm not sure where they sit now, but which is kind of what we're here to do, is to really break it down, get down to what it is, the core of what you're trying to do, why you want to do it.
Now, how do we make these the most effective thieves possible?
Well, I mean, there's many ways to do that, but what are your thoughts, and we'll go from there. We're here to consult.
I like the playing to their strengths of maybe get the theater kids involved in being the diversions.
Lots of like disguises and makeup from them.
A real Ocean's 11 type situation.
Yeah.
You get the smallest Chinese boys to go in there and do flips.
Exactly.
We got to do like a sports movie here where you're recruiting like various like members.
The replacements. Yeah, you get the fast one who catches the thieves from the convenience store to be like, you will be my runner.
And then they're like, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
There's gonna be like one athlete who everybody thinks is too cool, but then he's gonna have an interesting backstory that makes him compelled to be like more so like his grandma was like a street urchin and like
so pretty much I think what we're saying is like imagine the breakfast club.
Yes.
Right? But instead of spending all of that time detention objectively a waste of time.
So stupid.
Nothing productive is going on in there. They could have been stealing money from Jeff Bezos.
Oh my God. So this is also kind of like the blackjack club that MIT had. You're going to be kind of like running these kids to like steal money from. Yeah. Did you know about
like
this?
The movie. The 21.
So 21, but not Hook. Anyway, this is fine.
Yes, but exactly like that.
You're like, I love Kevin Spacey. Anything he's in.
Big fan of all of his work.
Speaking of criminals, I appreciate.
His movies are good too.
No. Well, he was knighted once, I think. Yeah.
That's good, dude. That's good. Yeah, dude. No, but I'm a big fan of mentors who help children steal more effectively.
Now I think we need to take a second after talking about Kevin Spacey before we go back and talk about children. I feel
okay. Respectful moment
of silence.
He was a sex criminal. He's a sex criminal that was knighted by the queen. I won't give him anything. No, I'll be allowed for that moment. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I'll go on record and say it now. I don't like Kevin Spacey.
What a stand.
Thank you.
And you heard it here first.
And you heard it here first. It's a controversial take.
I'm going to say outside of The Usual Suspects and American Beauty, I completely agree with that.
That is a good movie, but he also has sex with a child in American Beauty. He has sex with a teenager, an underage girl. It's true.
My friend just started a House of Cards, and
oh, dude, that's like such a I mean, that show like ran off the rails like way too.
Pretty sure he's a gay sex criminal in that one. I think
he's bisexual.
Well, there you go.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. Oh shit. Wait, have you seen it before?
No, I mean, it's fine.
Don't worry about it.
He said, "Oh, that's cool." I'll say, well, good for him. I guess that's true in the film or in the show, but in real life, No good.
No good, that Kevin Spacey.
He was definitely on Epstein's island, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, of course. He probably got there and was like, where's the boys? I thought you said there was going to be boys here. I thought I came from the boys. What the hell is this, dude? There's just girls? Dude, Hawkins having a blast. Dude, what the fuck's going on? Where's the boys?
It's so wild that Stephen Hawking was there. I mean, you'd think sand would get in the wheels.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
They have trouble getting him off the boat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
How many people do you think were there to see Stephen Hawking? Like, how many people was it like they were like, wait, he's gonna be there? We gotta.
I don't think Stephen Hawking's quite the draw for most people.
Okay,
that
but
you
Stephen
imagine him
Hawking
to be.
fucking.
I bet Chris Tucker would have been there to watch that.
Yeah.
I would have been
Like,
curious about
who
that.
else would have just been like,
Bill Clinton.
wait, how would he get it? How would
Bill
he?
Clinton's kind of a sex pervert. I bet he'd like to see that. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
like
He'd to get an eyeball
who are the
on
voyeurs on Epstein's island?
I mean, I'm sure there were cameras everywhere.
Yeah,
but
say Epstein himself. That's probably why he got him out there. He was like, "Yeah,
did you hear Cash Patel? There's nothing to it.
I guess that's true. Yeah, it doesn't exist."
He was trafficking the girls to himself. I was like, I could have sworn Prince Andrew isn't allowed to be a prince anymore because he was getting.
I know.
What do I know?
Yeah, I know. What do I know about fucking crazy shit that everyone's read on the news? You know, good God. Dude.
Yeah, unbelievable. Okay, so anyway, you're a better criminal than Jeffrey Epstein, but
I mean,
exactly. And you're
morally, I would say so.
you're recruiting kids for non-sexual purposes.
Yeah, exactly. Your army of children will be for good.
Amen. Amen.
This is leaving an unpleasant taste in my mouth.
Wait. Okay, so genuinely, because I'm fully on board with this.
Okay.
I want to know where in this process do you think the PR could get shaky?
Probably with the child army.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was
okay.
gonna say,
So-
yeah,
but you
the
don't
outset. Yeah.
You don't think there's a term we could use that could make it appear more similar to the Boy Scouts or
Yeah, we'll just do
getting a job at McDonald's?
the
or-
MAGA youth.
Yeah, exactly. Something.
you can't be
Yeah,
mad against
yeah.
that.
No, it says the something
The,
youth is pretty much what you're looking at. That
yeah.
never turns out good, you know. But I mean, maybe like you could do like the Young Society for
economic equality.
There you
Yes.
go. Wow, that's a good one. I know.
Yeah.
Take a page out of Korea's book, Democratic
The
group
Democratic Republicans for the advancement of economic equality. There
That's
you go.
so smart. Yeah,
There we go.
just call it what it's not. Yeah, like
exactly.
the Capitalist Republicans group for not social movement. Don't use the word social. They don't like that.
That's true. They don't like that. Yeah, you say Republican stuff.
Yeah, the Capitalist Republican group for profit.
They
There
give
you
us
go.
our shit back.
Yeah.
They give us back our shit alliance.
There you go. There you go. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. So but I would say that you would run in probably to the most PR problems if you didn't get ahead of that. You know, get ahead of like the fact that you're slowly but surely building a child army.
Yep.
Now, once let's say you get past this, all right, we're now to phase 2. The army's built. We're ready to move in.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say probably when you get to 20% ownership of any major American city. Okay, people are going to be like, what's going on here?
Okay.
Why are all these boys and girls sitting in these houses?
Okay.
Why are all these boys and girls sitting in
But
houses?
let's remember, it's all vacant houses.
Yeah.
Things that it's only houses that are owned by people so rich that
Yeah.
they wouldn't notice that they were empty.
I guess
That's and there's a lot.
Remember,
of
there are principles.
there are a lot of those.
Maybe 40%. 40% of a major American city. 40% of the homes of the empty vacants that are owned by these populations. You know,
I'll
they're
take
now-
that. I'll take that trade.
That's-
We'll just keep that number right at 39.
I
and,
think that's a solid way to
fly
stay
under the
under
radar.
stay
Yeah.
under the radar. You
Yeah.
know, but you know, I mean,
Then you become a political power, a voting bloc.
Oh,
This is it. We're bringing back
because
political
these are all people
machines.
who were previously not voting.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
now
And
we have. Now we
they're
have.
going to listen to you, man.
Yeah. Not to mention your army of child soldiers, they're going to vote one day too.
Yeah,
okay?
you guys didn't tell me about the
Yeah.
social influence I could have with this. I
We're
was just trying
slowly
to do
but
a good
surely
thing. here.
buying you a couple districts, friends.
Yes.
We're going to get you an
Youth
office.
organization. You know what Obama did was he was a youth organizer, and then look at where that got him.
Yeah,
You know,
And you're saying you got Obama elected?
In a way. In a way.
I'm saying he touched me when I was a youth. But no, I like Barack Obama.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Very cool guy. But yeah, so I mean that would be and so that might be also the next phase to move past this PR issue. Let's say you're hovering around 37%. Okay, we get a couple districts under. It's election time. We get you up in office. All right. Now you have the power to truly affect the law to make sure that you can increase that number from 39 to 50, 60, 70 without there being a big PR hubbub. All part of why you get consultants.
But here's the choice you're going to be faced with once you hit that point. Because those big companies that own the vacant houses are going to come to you and they're going to say, Leke, we can pay you to keep your voting block in line.
Boom.
Or you can have principles and like get these houses like divested from these companies and like write legislation and things like that. Raise taxes on homes that are not being used for the homeless. And that's
And the question then becomes,
choice.
do I have the backbone to say no to enough money to never have to see a human being that I don't want to see ever
Does
again?
Leke have integrity?
And
that is the main question.
And you did just say that thing about when I asked you how much money you had for drugs, you said not very much.
Yeah, not enough.
Just enough money to own a beautiful home on your own island where you can grow mushrooms. And
that's right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because everyone says what they would do if they had the money. I'll be this. But
What do you think the number would be that they'd have to offer you for you to ditch this whole plan and go, hell yeah, now I've done it. I made it as a criminal. I can retire.
I think I would want like a small country.
Oh,
small
yeah.
country. Like a small country. Like something where it's just like.
What part of the world? Because the value goes up and down.
Yeah. Somewhere warm for sure, obviously. And then that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's all I need. A small country, somewhere warm,
somewhere close to the equator.
You've bought my soul. Yeah,
somewhere in the Caribbean, like a Saint Martin or something like that. You know, Martinique.
One of the
don't let it have a sound in front of the name.
Yeah, Saint Martin. Yeah, that's a good place. Yeah, that's a good place.
There you go.
It's very nice.
Very nice. There. That sounds good.
It's true. And it's an expensive place, but I'm sure with enough money you could purchase it.
Is there any country that starts with a Saint that isn't a good vacation destination?
Well, there's a city called St. Petersburg. I wouldn't be going to vacation there anytime soon. But, as far as countries go, they're all pretty Caribbean based, I think.
So French people colonize you.
They do a good job. If you're an island, Polynesian or Caribbean, I mean, they... not to say that they leave you off in a good way or anything like that, but they leave you with a cool name and a lot of tourism after that.
And you know how to make baguettes.
And they got good food too. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, exactly. People like me can go there and like walk around and talk to everybody. Yeah, and that's fun.
I'm always like, I'm very anti-colonialism until I think about Bon Mi, and I'm like, well, there are some good things that happened. I don't know.
Some good stuff came out of that.
Yeah,
it's a pretty tasty sandwich.
Yeah,
I know that was even failed colonization. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, we got all those fellas because Saigon fell because Hanoi's a place now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude. So I guess quasi thank God for that. Not all the way. Yeah.
You guys want to hear what my selfish one would have been?
Yeah.
If my
that was the unselfish one?
That was a selfless crime. My selfish crime would have been, this is completely unrelated. But there are a couple reality TV shows that I'm really into.
Okay.
They're filming them 24/7.
Yeah.
And they give us an hour of footage. Release the tapes.
Release the tapes.
Let's see what the fuck is.
What are the reality shows that you're watching?
I mean,
now?
Survivor.
Survivor.
If they were like, here, here's the full, just like unedited raw footage of whatever season of Survivor, I would load that puppy.
I would watch.
I would just.
Your selfish crime is so much more selfless than your selfless crime.
I know. Release the dude. If I could see the whole thing of Survivor Gabon, dude, season 17, the greatest, my favorite of all time, dude. Fucking guy, first day, guy hits his head on the fucking hut, cuts it wide open, blood running down his face. There's no cameras, no lights. He looks around and he goes, does anybody know anything about scratches? He's fucking covered in blood. It's so sick, dude. It's so awesome, dude. Randy, dude, one of the best ones. Hell yeah.
That would have been it would have just been like, I guess, is that a cybercrime? Like I hack in and leak the.
That would be a cybercrime.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Great British Baking Show.
Exactly.
See what Paul Hollywood's up to behind the scenes.
Yeah, and the guy from the Mighty Boosh. Yeah, he jumps out and he goes, "Ooh, I'm old Greg. Just kidding. I'm just here to taste the cakes." Yeah.
Like Love Is Blind. Like someone's gonna be picking their nose on the day. And
somebody that's gonna be like, "Hey, I can actually see you through the glass. You're a lot wider than I thought."
So I can tell by your voice that you're ugly as well.
Exactly. Well, you have a very deep voice. Are you sure you're not a man?
Yeah. I do always feel like I wish I had more footage from the Love Is Blind stuff when they're like at the hotel, like where they first see each other. Yeah. And it's like the honeymoon period. And some of them just like really hate each other.
What happens the first time someone has to take a shit? Like, let's see that. You know?
Yeah. I do get kind of curious about like the sex life, like after something like that. I'm like, I don't need to see.
We don't need to see the details, but how long is he lasting?
Noises,
how many
I think
positions
that stuff on the internet. If you look real hard, if you look hard enough, you could find it. I'm pretty sure. Exactly. But I'm not totally. I mean, to have it released to the mainstream would be fun, right?
Yeah.
No, because the first one of the seasons I watched, where the woman was like, "Have you noticed when she said this to her new guy, whatever, it was like, have you noticed that whenever you say this is the best sex of your life, I don't say it back?
Yeah.
Release the tape.
I know, that's the thing.
Release the tape.
That's the thing where I want
you can blur it out, but let's let us be the judge.
and that's
Let us decide.
Mid 90s, early 2000s reality TV, they would have just blurred it out. Let us know a little bit. And it was trashier. It was a trashier time, and I missed that.
Give us an idea of what's going on behind the scenes.
I want not the illusions there's no chemistry.
Your box is too big.
God, man. They did there's a Love is Blind Boston coming out soon, I think.
Really?
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh my God. Is Adam Melvin going to be on it?
I really hope there's a comedian that we know.
That'd be so sick, dude. I hope to God.
So great.
That'd be awesome, dude. I'd have so many questions.
I would love to just be watching Love is Blind in here.
Oh my God.
Shout out Tiny.
Shout out Tiny, dude. Shout out Tiny.
That's so good, dude. We're definitely. I mean, that is going.
That's
clip number 1 right there.
That's good, dude. That's good.
We did it, boys.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, Leke, this has been so fun. I mean, so we came to like sort of an interesting conclusion point with you, but it does end up with you facing like a fork in the road. I think I'm confident that if this was the movie of your life, like we would just kind of leave there and it'd like be left up to like the reader's interpretation.
Yeah.
That's
right.
What would you do?
What would you do?
Yeah.
What would Leke do?
I like to think Leke would have the integrity, but I doubt he would.
I like to think that he'd go and live a beautiful life on an island of Martinique.
It's hard. It's hard. And I'm not going to say either way because it's easy. It's easy to be like, yeah, I'll give it all to charity. But, what are you going to do when you get there?
Yeah.
When you see, like, let's say they bring it out in cash.
Yeah.
And they have to unload that money like, on a truck that's but beep, beep. And it's just, what are you going to do then?
Tough.
It's true.
Isn't it? It's tough. So, exactly.
Yeah, I think I'd probably be corrupt if I was like given the opportunity. I don't know that I have.
Me? I know. I'd dive right in. I'm so weak mentally. Yeah.
That's like why I don't get power. I'm like,
exactly.
It's like Gandalf with the one ring. He's like, no, I can't wear this fucking thing. That's the nerdiest reference. I'm so sorry, everybody.
We'll allow it.
It's for like 5 people.
Goddamn, dude. Goddamn. Well, hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. Leke, you were a great guest tonight.
Thank
man.
you guys for having me.
Dude, thank you for coming on, man. Thank you, dude. You were great. Yeah.
You got anything you want to plug? Any shows coming up?
I don't know when this is coming out, but just follow me at Leke Says Things on Instagram, and I post those there.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude. Great.
Perfect,
well,
man.
This has been a great episode.
It is.
All right, anyway, well, I've been Joe.
I've been Nate.
And this has been
Perfect Crimes.